Hi guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another video on Conqueror's Blade. Well, Season 12 is finally out and, as usual, I am quite late to the party. Yeah, well this is now Monday as I'm recording this, but I've been away on a stag do, so we've only just got my body back to a point when I can actually bring myself to get out of bed because I've been so hungover. But here we are, this is my genuinely first ever battle in the season. Seasonal level 3, managed to get a few bits just from finishing quests and stuff. So yeah, kind of interested to check it out, because obviously this is the first time we've had this seasonal seal system introduced into the game. Now, I've kind of missed a lot that's gone on. As I say, I've only just got back, but I have seen sort of some comments and some stuff kicking around. It seems to be kind of controversial. So I thought we'd just get into the fight and give it a little test and talk about it a little bit as well. Now, obviously, essentially is what it does. It removes all set bonuses and attribute bonuses from armor. So that means no leadership bonuses, no, say, like, plus agility bonus on my poleaxe, which I normally have. So things like that are all changed. And it also limits the maximum unit to tier 3. It's got about another week left at this, and then it unlocks tier 4, unlocks set bonuses, but not crafted bonuses, etc. Ah, leave my poor little grenadiers alone, you bastard. Ooh, it could be a tasty throw. Oh, glorious. So that's kind of mixed things up quite a lot. Now, I think there's kind of two camps of people. I think there's kind of newer players who really quite like this, because instead of now coming into the game and immediately facing 9 units of Iron Reapers, they're obviously facing much more equivalent tier units. And then I think there's kind of the sort of middle of the road people. People who've been playing for a season or two, who have just put a lot of effort, a lot of time into unlocking tier 5 golden era units, and then all of a sudden they've basically been told that they're not allowed to play with them for the next month and a half. And understandably, they're kind of pretty upset about the seasonal seal system. And then I think you go so far the other way to get back to people like me who've sadly been stuck here playing this game since the closed beta 3 years ago, who've unlocked everything, leveled everything, and so I don't really have any affiliation with 5-star units anymore, golden era units. So actually I've kind of been enjoying it, because it's kind of quite fun to almost use units in a different capacity, like things like these ball sacks, which are absolutely an amazing unit at this tier. I'm actually probably going to do a separate video on them. They really come into their own when you get to this tier, because everything burns gloriously, and in tier 3 everyone kind of just blobs. So it's just such a good opportunity, and I'm going to die here, get the unit back to the splite, and there I go. But yeah, so that's kind of changed up quite a lot, and it has brought, obviously, units that are normally good but perhaps struggle against golden era units back into kind of their own little bit of a meta. And so for me, I have been, honestly, kind of quite enjoying it, I think. So it's kind of interesting I like the idea of it and mixing it up a little bit. Now, a few little things, or one thing I did want to mention, actually, if you're sort of a newer player or you haven't necessarily really thought it through, obviously it means you've lost full set bonuses. So there's no point having your best crafted things, like, for example, my poleaxe. I actually didn't think of it at the start of this game, but I've actually got my normal use poleaxe, my Punisher, my blue schematic poleaxe. But actually, somewhere in my inventory, I had a really high tier purple schematic poleaxe, but it had a crap set of crafts, so I'd never really used it. But actually, its base stats are higher, so it's well worth using. Same with armour. No point leaving my guardsman armour on. I'm actually better using, say, the drill sergeant armour that you got from the Fame store in the last season. And you can also get from the Fame store again this season, because it has higher base stats. And actually, it'll even be better on the next step as well, because set bonuses start to come in. So I think it'll actually introduce little bits with the leadership there as well, so you can kind of game the system slightly. So there's a few little things to think about how it mixes things up as we just finish off that little musket. So yeah, I think that kind of mixes things up quite a little bit. But anyway, that was perhaps a bit more of a opening, more serious conversation than I intended for the start of this video, so let's get back to the game a little bit. Obviously, it makes units like these Prefecture Guards absolutely god tier. I always love these units. These Prefecture Guards absolutely rock in Golden Era games. And then you throw them into tier 3, they are just amazing. They do so much damage and they are so dominant. Obviously, running them on Cover Commander, go on with the drill mode, put them back on Cover Commander because it now works properly where it doesn't deactivate, and they just absolutely kill everything within 100 square miles of you. Yeah, look, they just completely wipe the point. Try and avoid the worst of the trebs, which we largely do. The one thing you've got to be a little bit careful with them, though, they do sort of, when you put them on cover commander, they aggro the nearest units. So I'm trying to drag them a little bit with X to kind of keep them on top of me rather than just relying on cover commander, or else the unit does get fairly split up. But anyway, we're slowly fighting along, racking up the kills, using our poleaxe's AoE, back to Corbin to try and get a little bit of extra damage in, as we're fighting these guys at the top of the stairs. I really wish I'd got my my grenade throwers here, because we could really absolutely smash all these guys to pieces at the top of the stairs now. It would be very glorious. But we can still keep pushing down. I seem to have switched away from Nadachi at a bad time, probably. I think it's in quite a good place at the moment, because even though it has suffered a few nerfs and it's obviously lost some of its good runes at the start of the season, against Tier 3, you know, Nadachi is a real unit killer, so it really seems to do very well in these sort of situations. It looks like we're getting flanked from the other side, though. Quite a little bit of stuff pushing onto point. Up to 90 kills now. Mostly, to be honest, from those Prefecture Guards. It's just slaughtered so much. Oop, random little hero kill with our bet to Corbin. I'm running out of health slightly. Can we maybe hop down a little bit out of the fight, try and recover up? Get very lucky to not get aggroed by any of those two Prefecture Guards. It's normally my luck. I go and hide around the corner and one stray peasant runs around and stabs me and interrupts my healing. Ooh, looks like we've got a few guys there. We've also got some interesting changed runes this season. We've got things like this Wrath of the North, which, well, I'm only level 3 in this battle. Certainly haven't really got to use yet, but I need to get my levels up a little bit and actually start to give some of this stuff a test out. Because that's a new thing we've got. We've not really got any runes that interact with each other kind of like that before. So that's kind of interesting to have. Oh god, gonna die here in a minute. We shall fight on. Keep driving these condottieri back. Nice, 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 nice. The condos are good. I like the condos. I don't think they're comparable to the Prefecture Guard, though. If you get a choice between the two, Prefecture Guard every day of the week, they are a better unit, really. Are the enemy going to keep pushing that way? No. I think I'm going to head back to the supply point then. Get myself a fresh unit. I think we've even got some Prefecture Guard hiding around here somewhere. And obviously they do an immense amount of charge damage. Really against units and heroes, to be honest. They're traditionally sort of seen as a bit of a hero-killing unit, but actually they just do a lot of damage against units as well. As we now get the chance to demonstrate as these Prefecture Guards walk up the stairs nicely in front of us. And in we go. And out they go. I think the team had done a reasonable chunk of damage to them already, so that kind of helped me out. But yeah, the charge damage on this unit is pretty nice. The only thing I really dislike about this unit is they have this slight formation thing where once they get into formation, they have like a little refresh, and that almost resets their charge ability. So sometimes, actually, as you'll see very shortly, you sort of press charge, but they end up not actually charging because they hop into that. You see that little red glow they get when they get into their unit formation, and that's kind of frustrating. I thought I might sneak down to those archers, but actually there's a hidden unit of Prefecture Guards in there, and I didn't think I could get a clean charge off. Pull the unit through. See, I go for the charge. I actually clicked it, but between me pressing 1 and aiming the charge, they got into their formation, which reset their 1 ability, so they didn't charge. So annoying. But it does mean we can now turn around and charge back into those Prefecture Guards behind us, and we get sort of 15, 20 kills on the charge, and then the unit just goes into a little bit of melee. I could have probably pulled them out here. In fact, I should say I should have pulled them out here, but I was kind of just having fun, up to 130 unit kills by this point, so I was kind of just messing around a little bit now. But yeah, could have pulled them out, waited for the cooldown, and then reused them on the next set of charge later on in the fight. This short sword is very tanky, but there he goes. We've got Nadachi to deal with, but he just got a load of javelins to the face, which slightly promptly ended his day. Along with those archers who I think just got charged into as well. Okay, only a minute left to go, so it's looking pretty good. We've only got a handful of our Prefecture Guard left alive. Prefecture Pikes, sorry. But we might as well go and have a little bit of hammer against a few archers. I mean, who doesn't enjoy attacking a few archers? And we can just merrily go ham and slowly slash into them with a poleaxe. No escape for you either. And there we go. At this point, I thought, 30 seconds to go. I could go on a little bit of a merry chase, but since A is sort of a split second away from capping, I just thought I'd loiter slightly around the area, at least a little bit. Because, obviously someone can sneak up one of the ladders at the side or something, and if they get in and get A, we'll have to sit here for another 5 minutes defending the final base point. But anyway, hopefully it's been kind of an interesting game. Kind of interesting, this new seal system they've come up with. It does kind of mix things up quite a bit. What are your thoughts on it? Do let me know what you think in the comments down below. Of course, subscribe to the channel because we've got lots more Conqueror's Blade stuff coming. A little bit erratic on the scheduling now. Some of you will have probably seen my kind of burnout video, struggling a little bit sometimes to get the energy to get into game, but still by and large enjoying it. And actually, things like this seal system I find kind of helpful because it kind of mixes up the gameplay a little bit for me. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I shall see you all on the next one.